I originally wanted to do this yesterday, react to this Eddy Gordo thing, because I know this happened yesterday super early in the morning, like 2 a.m. Yesterday. So yeah, but we're watching it now. So I avoid every single thing about this. I have no idea what the hell they talked about here in the Tekken Talk. I did not see anything of the Eddy Gordo trailer at all. I didn't see nothing. I did my very best to not look at anything. So pretty proud of myself about that, because this is something that's very important to me that don't want to get spoiled on. So I avoided everything on that. Let's go into this. This shit's about it's just 2 hours into this is almost 2 hours and 30 minutes long. Holy shit. Jesus. Gonna be sitting for a little minute, chat. So get comfy, grab some snacks, whatever. Let's go ahead and watch this if you haven't seen this already. We are gonna go ahead and skip all of this. Alright. That's not that loud. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I don't want to put the volume up and then they're talking loud as hell.
Tekken Talk Live.
Never mind, they're talking pretty low.
発売してから2回目
There we go.
ですかね。はい。
I already got my coffee and donuts like an overweight police officer in the LAPD. Here we go. Here we go.
ぐちゃぐちゃな状態でスタートしてるんですが、Tekken Talk Live。
Hopefully you guys can hear it pretty well.
じゃあそれでお願いいたします。
Need this in English.
前回2月の20日ですかねにトークライブだってだいたい41ぐらいが経過してますね。はい。
So thanks for playing, having fun. It's been almost 40 days since the last live talk. In that time, we have implemented the second update and have been developing the third and subsequent updates. Total worldwide sales have surpassed 2 million units, much faster than Tekken 734 Sport. Damn, it's already been 40 days? That's insane. It's already been 40 days, and I've still yet to upload my Tekken 8 story mode playthrough. And we did that shit when the game dropped. Day one. It's just been kind of hard because I'm the only one, editing all this. So that's why there's such a huge delay with my Tekken or just content in general, especially when it comes to like Tekken with the story mode. Hopefully I'll get that out sometime this week. All right. Count suspension March 20. Oh, here we go. Counts involved in unauthorized activities in Tekken 8 has been issued. Bans ranging from temporary to indefinite for unintentional disconnections, cheating, glitching, rank boosting, inappropriate in-game and chat behavior customizations, usernames. This action targets users who violated the Ender User License Agreement (ELO) after receiving multiple in-game reports. We plan to continue account suspension after April. Further updates will be given as soon as new information is available. All right, that's good. That's really good to hear.
About this because it's not just automatically ban them. We have to be very careful because you're taking away online access for players, which we've seen. Not necessarily our company, but there's been examples of people suing because of this. And so we have to make sure that we have the proper evidence, etc., in place before we enact these more severe measures.
Absolutely.
しましょう。ということ
Third
で、
update. The third update is scheduled for release
3回
on
目の
April
アップ
2nd.
デート
Update details and patch notes will be
日付が
provided in
4
an
月
announcement immediately following
もう
the
すぐです
stream.
ね。はい。
Main
4
update
月
content
もうすぐです
adjustment of
そうです
behavior, such
すぐです
properties
なので
removed
また
for
し
some
ました
characters,
はい
feature improvements and bug
All
fixes,
right,
new
now that we have
feature
all the
and items added
unpleasantness
to
out of the way,
Tekken
let's
Shop. Cool.
turn our eyes to the future. So we've got the next day update
Just
coming.
give me
on
my
the 2nd
Oscar
of,
OG
April.
outfit.
So that's quite soon, actually. And
I want
so
her
we're gonna go
special
over
outfits.
the
Anything
details for you
Oscar,
right
I
now.
don't care.
はい。
Just
で、
give it to me.
主なコンテンツ
But
は
her
ここ
OG
から
outfit
一
needs
個
to
一
be
個
added.
説明していきます
That's for
ので
sure.
はい。
Character adjustments. In version 1.03,
Hi.
continuing from the previous version
Alright, so one of the
1.02,
important
focus was
things
placed on
that I'm
correcting
sure everyone's gonna
unattended move
be
behavior.
quite interested in is the
Oh boy.
character adjustments. So,
Might have to look at
let's
some
hear
of
what we
these
have
just to
in
see
store, from the cutscene.
any of my characters
は
got
い、
changed.
今回も想定た以上の
Okay, so it's not really a balance change, it's more so like
微調整
changing
が
things that were
そういったものと
unattended
あとは、
for characters
レポートに上げら
that
れ
they
て
weren't
たような
supposed
バ
to
グ
be
修正
doing.
含めた
画面の方お願いいたします。
So let's check out some actual in-game footage from the build. Our actual, he's going to be playing from the build today. Katsu just mentioning that some of the spec regarding how damage scaled was not as intended. So sometimes when you slam the opponent into the ground, or some other times when stage gimmicks kind of come into effect, he was particularly mentioning with Devil Jin when you're doingデブルツイスターそれ
あ、ごめんなさい、ヘブンズドアー、間違えました。今まあ
確かにそっち気になってた
動画で見せた通りなんですけど、実機で。
So,
ヘブンズドアで割れなくなって。
yeah, I was just confirming. He said Devil Twister, but what he actually meant was when you use like Heaven's Door when you're doing an attack on an opponent who's in a down state. The damage was a bit more than we'd actually intended because it wasn't scaling properly. So the one he just showed you was what he's talking about, and so the damage is going to scale properly when we fix this.
Okay.
はい、なんでまあこれはちょっと修正を行いました。
And so we realized that some people were frustrated because of these characters having long combos or high damage combos, and some of this is because of the way it's scaled from both hitting opponent while they're in down state, but also when they're using some kind of a stage gimmick and the damage wasn't scaling after the drop from the floor, right? So these kind of things are going to be corrected not in this April 2nd patch, but one after that.
はい。
And so now Naka's just mentioning about he's going to not show you Devil Jin, but more particularly Azucena, the character he's facing currently. I'm sure a lot of people are very frustrated by her, I guess we call it a slash kick, you know, the while running 3-2? 3-2, I believe, yeah. Which was hard to get around. You basically were kind of stuck, right?
はい。2発目も出てたんですけども、一
About
発目
enough
が空
Azucena.
振りした場合は2発目が出ないようになる。
What we're going to do with this is we're changing the properties so that when the first hit, the knee, doesn't connect, then the follow-up attack, it just whiffs, right? So it should be easier to go around. And then also, the active frames of the move have also been decreased by 3. So, you know, if your back's on the wall or something like that, some of these really kind of frustrating circumstances should be alleviated.
はい。で、
So, you know, basically up until then, people just had to kind of left sidestep and then duck, right? And it was the timing was quite strict on that. But now we've changed it so you just have to evade the first hit
こんな感じですね。
like this.
2発目あれ出てて追いかけてきたりしてました。
Before, you
That
know,
move.
even if you evaded the first hit, the second hit would still follow you. But we're going to correct it.
こ
Okay.
んな感じで避けやすくなってるんで、
That's
まあこ
good.
の辺はまあちょっと
Yeah,
挑
because
戦
like
に
even if they
近い
do sidestep,
修正を
the second hit
行いま
was
した
so essentially
So it's
track
not
you.
necessarily a balance update per se, but it's fixing the move, which as a result kind of changes the balance, right?
So all I gotta do is just sidestep it, and now it won't track you
は
anymore.
い。って言ったのがまあ
That's good. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are happy about
パッチ
that.
ノートから抜粋したちょっと実機のプレイになります。
I heard a lot of people
Now
complaining
he's gonna
about
show
that
us
move
some of
right
the
there.
other, things that
BS?
he's changed.
はい。まあ他にもたくさんあるんですけども、まあ詳細は今後公開さ
That
れる
move
パッ
right
チノート
there.
に
So many people
はい
were
So
so
please-
annoyed by that
Please
move.
wait for the full patch notes later on. He's just only showing a few examples today.
いつも通りX の方で投稿式アカウントの方
I
で
mean, I can understand though, cause I dealt with that, and yeah, that
So
that
obviously
move was
we'll
kind of
all of you
annoying.
know
I won't
on
lie.
X and Tekken's official.
So it's a good
X
thing that they
accounts
adjusted
when the patch notes are ready.
They'll get away with that so much, because even if you dodge like the first initial like hit it goes for, the fucking second part will still track you and hit you.
細かい
戻っていきましょう。はい。
ネクストスライドお願いします。
NEXT SLIDE
Next
ということで
slide.
さっき
Character adjustments work on an update focused on battle system balances
次
in
の
a
調
way.
整
We are
はい。
undertaking
まあ
this with utmost
1.03
caution by carefully
が次なん
evaluating
ですが
users
さらに
by
次で
data
すかね。
collected
さらに
from
はい
around the world.
調整に言
Okay.
及があったですとこんな感じに
スライ
Character
ドの
adjustments,
職
character
人
uses
ちょっと
ranking in online modes, character uses ranking in rank match only for higher ranks above Tekken
テンション
God.
高めにいきましょう。
その前に
マイケル
マイケルさん
Oh wow.
お願いします。
マイケル
Okay, so number one in just usage ranking in all online modes.
みたいなのが見えるっていうね。
Reina's number one, but for ranked matches,
So
Dragunov is
just going
number one.
into the
That sounds about right.
We were showing you the raw data in the previous slide, but this is probably a more digestible one we thought. But
Asuka's
Harada
in
said,
none
"Nah,
of these.
maybe we should have
Asuka's
Yes Esports
lower
explain
than
a little bit about
15.
What's going on with all these lines?
That's okay.
上
I'll be the Asuka player that only plays her online.
細かい
Juna's up there though. Juna's number 9 in overall online, and in ranking she's number 10.
の、はい、全体の
全体の使用率、
使用率
優勢、
はい
So not really much change. Like a lot of people are still using
So the
Reina
top,
and Dragunov.
the blue portion is
And of
just,
course,
you know,
King,
overall,
Azucena, Victor.
It's not broken down into ranks
Like
or
that-
anything. It's just overall
that sounds about
character
right.
usage,
None of
across
that's
the
really
globe and
changed.
across all characters and
Yeah,
across-
Dragunov is since the game came out. I think Dragunov has always been up there as like one of the most played
鉄拳神
characters.
以上のキャラクターの
But
えー
so is Reina. Of course,
With
she
the red-
is.
あの
数です
King
SNS で
too,
も
Azucena,
こう
Victor,
いうのを
Jin.
頑張って
リーダーボードから
集計してる
頑張って集計してる方もいますよね。はい、なのでもしかすると皆さんに馴染みがあるかもしれない。はい。
I'm a little surprised that Kazuya
Some
isn't
punch
up there
down
in
on
for
what they
rank
call
matches.
So this
Like,
one on the
Kazu's up
bottom
there
is
for
actually,
overall
if you look at it,
online modes,
Tekken
but
God
not
and
ranked
above,
matches.
Only.
I'm a little surprised. That's
what
the only one I'm a
character
little
usage
surprised
looks
by.
like for the red portion.
If I'm looking this correctly,
まあ
14,
前回
15, 16,
つまり
17. Asuka is number 18 on overall online modes.
で
And
これ
then-
に勝率のデータとかも合わせると本当にバラバラになっていくので、まあ、そういったデータを、まあ、日々
Asuka's
そのチューニングチームだったりその
Of online ranked matches.
ツイッター、まあ、X の
So
定性的
for
な
ranked matches, Asuka's pretty
まあ
low.
ご意見ご要望とかも目を通しつつ、まあ、いろんな大会の結果なども
And Pan has always been the
踏まえて
lowest.
まあそのキャラ
Again,
クター
since
の
starting,
その
Pan
調
has
整っていうのを
always been the
行
lowest.
ってるんで、まあ、結構いろんなものを
The
みんな
girl I
検
use
証
is
して
14.
細かくやってるんでちょっと時間かかって
Oh,
るのが
Lily.
現状です。
So you can see that it's not so clear
No, I
cut
was
as
kidding.
this character's OP. Everyone uses
Kidding.
them and wins, right? You can see
I'm not surprised
quite
by that
a
either.
different data usage here between
No?
the
Not
whole
Lily?
Tekken population and then above Tekken God.
Not Lily?
And as such, we want to make sure that we're tuning the game right, so we do actually break the data down into fine details like this. Also, all of us looking
Oh.
at SNS to see what
Alyssa.
the top players are saying and what
The robot
your
chick.
average just fan of Tekken is saying, and try to get a lot of different data points
Alyssa
to use in our
is-
decision making.
はい。なので、はい。
そう
Alyssa
ですね
is
これ難しいのはデータ的にはですね
In ranked matches.
段位での分布だったりとか、キャラクター対キャラクター
And Alyssa is 21 ranked on overall online
でその
modes.
統計から
Well, at least she's higher played than Asuka in ranked matches.
るんですね統計的に
Because she's
データとしては
16.
出るけどもその通りにじゃあそれをみんながこう
Yoshimitsu's too hard.
調整すればいいバランスになるかっていうとそうではないこと皆さん
I mean, well,
分かっていただいてると思うん
Yoshimitsu,
ですよなんでかっていうと
Yoshimitsu's
大会とかのトップもの
ranked
すごいトップ
13
層のプレイヤー
overall online modes.
プレイがみんなの印
So
象
that's
が
actually-
大きく
that's
分かる
something.
ので鉄拳7の例で言うと悪魔に
But
その
online,
動機
Yoshi's
が
right here.
実は今だから言いますけど内部のデータでですね
He's ranked
勝率
17
ものすごい
on ranked
どの段位か
matches.
初心者から結構上位まで
So
全
Yoshimitsu,
体
he-
の勝率で言うと
I mean, honestly, it's kind of surprising that Yoshimitsu's even up here in overall online modes.
38%ぐらいです
13, because Yoshimitsu is not an easy character to
何回
play.
にいるのに
But ranked matches, he's
わずか4人ぐらいのすごい
17.
そうです
すごいプレイヤーの
in ranked
プレイ
matches.
パフォーマンスによって
But he's a hard character,
強いんじゃ
so
ないかっていう成績でを見せるあれ
Yeah.
究極言えばそうなのか
yo,
も
when you fight a really good Yoshimitsu player, it's like, what the fuck?
レ
Like,
ベルの人とは
but
それ
he
より
takes a lot of
も
execution.
皆さんポールとキング
like a lot.
怒られるんですよ
データ見る
もう
Like,
ボッコボコにされてるほとんど
you
の人
gotta be
そこを
dedicated to what you're doing with
そっちに
him.
目がいっちゃうというのがあって
Because he's not easy.
でも悪魔をなくすと
Not easy character. Same with Raven.
急に
Where's
バランス
Raven?
に対して
Raven is Raven's right here overall online modes, and Raven's way down here for ranked matches. Raven is another really hard character to play as. He's not easy. But then again, you got easy characters like Asuka, because Asuka is a pretty easy character to play, but not a lot of people really play as her like that. Very popular character, but not very played like that when it comes to online. You know what? I kind of like
でも
that.
さ、5分間日本語わかんないやつ
I like being
は
an underdog.
もうぼーっとしてるから。He gave the example of Tekken 7 that people are quite familiar with. If you look at Akuma in the previous game,
Oh god,
a
a lot of people just have PTSD
everyone was
hearing
saying
that
he's
name.
broken, he's so strong,
From Tekken 7.
which would lead you to believe that anyone could just pick him up and win, right? But when we looked at the back end, we noticed that the win rate for him was, if you look at the whole Tekken population, was like 40 something In a lot of cases, it was low 30s, etc. So it really is difficult to talk about.
Which that
game
makes
balance
sense. Like
if you're not looking at all
people that
these
were really
areas.
good with
And we
Akuma were
realize we can't
really
just
good with
ignore the
Akuma.
objective data,
But
also,
overall,
we do
though,
have to
not
listen
many
to,
people online
what
were using
everyone's
Akuma like that.
experiences in
And
first
even
person
I
when they're
realized that
playing
because I was
against
playing
people
Tekken
online.
online a
So
lot.
we try to keep a good balance,
especially towards at the beginning.
And
Not a lot of
to
people are
do this,
using
obviously,
Akuma
you can
like
kind of
that.
get an idea of
But
how
he's
much
super
time it would
fucking
take
good.
to actually get all of this relevant
That's why in
data,
tournaments you do
and the
see
data points
Akuma
together to
players
make
in
a more informed
tournaments.
decision.
But
So
online,
that's why it's taking
not that much.
a bit of time.
Because I barely fought
で、なの
Akumas
で
like that.
まあ
Only like a handful.
まあいわゆるさっき
Same with Geese.
えー
I barely
中津さんも
fought
言ってた
Geese players like
調
that
整という
too.
ものは、今
You mainly saw like
データを取りな
Fang
がら並行
players
してやっている
in Tekken
そうですね裏で
7,
検証
uh,
調整含めて
Law
次の
course.
スライドに行きますが
Um,
4月2日の、
maybe
3回目のアップデートこれで
King. I've
まあ
seen a
今
few
年
Kings
調整
online, even in Tekken 7.
修正
Fourth update will be
出
in
ます
May.
がエボジャパンが終わった後
In May,
5月
following the
ですね
conclusion of
に
Evil
4回目のア
Japan,
ップデート
version 1.04 will primarily focus on buffing characters who haven't been able to fully showcase their uniqueness. However, adjustments to certain moves that exhibit significant strength will be
So
also
you
be
can see
made.
the
Okay.
schedule from the slide here.
Give Oscar more buffs.
Roughly, so we have the second update, where the general, where everyone talks about a game balancing update. That's what's really going to be what we're doing for the post Evo Japan one. So you
Okay.
can see it penciled in for May currently. That's the one that
So-
you guys are going to
So May is
really
going to
see
be
as
the
a big
actual
balance
balance
update.
update.
なんか勘違いしてる方い
Buffing some
る気がするんですけど、
はい
さっきお見せしたパ
So they
ッ
could
チ
be
ノー
better.
トのやつはこれ来週ちょっとこれ文字ばっかり恐縮なんですけ
Functional
どパッチノート
improvements,
から
bug fixes. The feature has been added to rank match, quick match, and group match nodes to allow for termination and validation matches if the network connection quality falls
So
before
we know this
or
is a
no,
lot of
below
text,
certain
a big wall of
specific
text here,
conditions.
right?
The
But it's
indication
not
has been
just
added
about
to the versus
kind of
screen and
fixing
play
up
match
some of the
mode to
moves that
display
weren't
when the
as
stage has
intended.
been randomly
We're
selected.
also kind of
The quit option has been added to the
polishing
main
some of the
menu to
features
allow
of
the
the game
game
as
to be
well.
exit from source and
はい、
okay, yeah, Steam, yeah.
例えば
They did
まあ
talk
いくつかあ
about
るんです
that
が例え
the
ば
last second talk.
通信環境
A
が
few examples of some improvements we're going to be making to the game as well. One of them being, I know sometimes you might be matched with an opponent where you both are kind of not really satisfied with the connection quality, and you can both choose, hey, let's just opt out of this match with no penalty. So if you both choose
That's
that,
good.
you can quit.
That's really
from these
good.
different
Because
modes we're
I've gotten a
talking
few
about.
matches like that where
But then also the random
connection
select
quality
as
was
well.
bad,
So
and,
you know, I know this
you
is
know, when
something
it
we
comes
had
to like
Tekken
do a
7,
rematch, like
currently
me
if I'm
and the
playing
player I
Akatsu
was versing
and,
would just
I don't know
cancel,
if
just be like,
he's
yeah,
randomly
nah, screw
selected
that.
the match like maybe
So you
he
could
was
just
supposed
exit
to
out
or not.
before the match
So
and
there'll
just
be
be like,
an
oh yeah,
actual
never mind.
indicator on
This
the
is not
screen.
good.
And then last,
まあいろんな
Oh
カスタ
god,
マイ
new
ズアイテ
feature
ム
Tekken
が入手で
Fight
きますよ
Pass.
っていうものになり
Tekken
ま
Fight
す。
Pass. During the specific
so
period, players can
obviously,
increase
you
their
know,
level by
this is
completing
the
daily and
name
weekly
for it in
missions
our
and
game, the
online
Tekken Fight
matches,
Pass, but
allowing them
you
to
all
obtain
might be more
various
familiar with
items.
just a standard battle pass. So
Oh,
you're gonna
boy.
have like daily missions or weekly missions that
the Fight
and kind of
Pass.
performing them, then you'll get these.
Hmm.
You'll unlock various items in the game.
はい、まあアイテムのいろんなカスタマイズのキャラだけじゃなくて
I don't know about
アバ
that.
ターもありますし、プレイヤー
If I'm being
もありますし
honest.
例えば称号だったりとか、
Street
アバターの
Fighter
位置パー
has
ツだったり
this,
とかまあいろんなもの
and
が
technically Mortal Kombat does too.
はい、ぜひプレイをしていただきたいなと思っております。
And so some of the rewards, we're not going to go into all the details today, but it's going to be a variety of different things that you can unlock in the game, such as character customization stuff, or maybe parts for your avatar, also the titles, or even maybe some character panel stuff.
はい。で皆さん気になると思うんですが、
In the premium
無料
tier,
の
where items are
コース
even
です
more
ね。この
luxurious,
今の
players can also
ス
acquire
ライドの
Tekken
右側にある
coins, which can be
実際の
exchanged
画面
for
ですが
various items in Tekken
無
Shop.
料で、
Okay, that's
遊べる
kinda
コースと、あと有料で、遊べるプレミアムの
So you get
コー
new
スと2種類
panels,
ご用意をしております。
new outfits, new backgrounds.
はい。
So as you
Okay.
can see in the slide, there is going to be a completely free tier that you can just complete by playing the game.
I don't know about
and then kind
that.
of a premium
Still,
tier, so pretty standard for a battle pass like structure.
giving me
有料の方は
PTSD of Overwatch 2 with their
レ
season
ベルを上げていく
passes,
と、
which is one of the big reasons why I dropped
はい
Overwatch
入手で
2.
きるようになりますので、
Premium tier.
はい、プレミアムの方ですね。はい、有料で、買っていただいても、またさらにコインが
I don't
入
know.
ってくると
I'll have
形に
to
なりますの
see
で、それを使ってまた
what they
鉄拳ショッ
offer.
プのいろんなアイテムを
I mean, most likely I'll get it, you
そうい
know,
った
to
仕
see
組み
how
に
it
なっ
is
て
at
お
the
ります
start.
アイテムっていうのが
New
これ
items
も4
add
月2日
to
の
the Tekken
はい
shop.
参加
Oh,
の
you get
入る
Yoshimitsu's
アイ
Tag
テ
2
ムになります
outfit.
が、
That's pretty cool.
右側はこうサイバーパッ
You
ク
got a new costume set, Cyber Pack 1 and Cyber Pack 2, available for all playable
復
characters.
刻コス
Okay.
これね
Legacy costume for Yoshimitsu, Eddy Gordo avatar
大
skin.
人気の
あと
Okay.
結構ね
I want to see how that
自
Cyber
分の
outfit
解
looks
釈
on
に近
Asuka
い方向
in
に
June.
解釈するんですけど、これは鉄拳コインズで買うもの
And you get
そうです
Yoshimitsu's
はい
Tag 2
はい
outfit, which is cool.
So we'll also be
I don't know, I'm a little
いつもの
iffy on that
僕のア
fighter
シスタントの
pass. I'm a little iffy on
ケンさ
that.
んちょっと
A lot of games are doing it
あのね
a lot nowadays.
エディ
And
のちゃんとキャラクターのトレーラーを用意し
fighter
ました
pass or the pass
ぜひこの
tier shit,
結構
whatever
気合
you
い
call
入れ
it.
て作ったので
I don't know.
楽
I
曲も
never
含め
really
て
liked that.
新生
that
カポエ
much.
ラのエディ・ゴールド
はい
Hopefully it's not that bad in
So,
Tekken.
you know, our
Hopefully.
director
I'm having
Nakatsu's
hope.
quite tired from all the work he's been doing on the
Yeah,
game.
Battle Pass. Yeah, bro.
But
Battle
he
Pass is in
wants
like
to
so
get
many
you guys
games
as
nowadays,
excited as
and it
possible, so
kind of
he,
turns me off. I
created an
won't
awesome
lie.
trailer for us.
But
And he
I'm
put a lot of
gonna
effort
have
into
hope
not
for
just the-
Tekken 8
the
that it's
camera
not
angles
as
and all that stuff, but
what's the word,
sound, the music to
egregious,
the trailer.
like not too
get everyone
like
excited. And,
as
yeah,
consistent, you know.
let's get to it then.
Let's go
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Trailer time. Oh god. Ah shit. All right, here we go.
Você vai ver o melhor da capoeira.
Oh,
Get ready for the next battle.
the song.
Tekken 8. New challenge.
Tekken Tag music? Eddy
Uma
stage?
cabeça fria.
Eddy Gordo.
Let me see this. It's one of my favorite songs in Tekken Tag. Eddy Sage. Oh, the weave. Okay, Eddy. Eddy with the strings.
It's game over for you.
With Nina, really.
Parece que você continua impiedosa como sempre.
This man's dodging bullets. This is perfect song to use in his trailer. It's so fucking hype. Oh shit, what the fuck? Whirlwind. The fucking down. That just pops her up? Okay. Oh, see the rage art.
Hora de fazer valer a pena. Os ventos da vitória estão a nosso favor.
What? What?
É o seu último jogo.
Excuse me?
Ninguém me segura.
That was okay. I was not I don't know what I was expecting for his rage art, but it was definitely not that. What the hell? Dumb legs. April 1st, early access. So Monday. And then April 4th. As somebody, he's somebody I would use, not gonna lie.
Pelo meu mestre.
Okay, so
Não vou perder.
different outfits. Nice. Of course, everybody's gonna be using this guy.
やりましたついに
I won't main him, but I might mess around with him, just show off on streams. But other than that, though, I'm not gonna main Eddy. I never really played Eddy, but I've always liked his character. And I feel like he's always should be a staple in Tekken. So he'll come out early Monday, so that'll be for us, and then he'll be available just to purchase on Thursday. So I guess this Monday, I could probably show him off, or Sunday, maybe.
So just
Funny
keep
get
in
my
mind
hair
it's a
like that,
general
like
access,
I'm
so you
bald
can see
now,
from the
but
slide.
it's
That's,
alright. Get the Killmonger
April 5th,
hairstyle.
I believe that's the Japan time. If you're in California or
That was dope.
Pacific
That was a
Daylight
dope trailer.
Time, that's
はいで
Okay,
アーリーアクセスあり
April
ます
2nd.
え
Okay, so he might be available for us
お持ちの方、つまりデラックスエディション
The
か
second.
アルティメットエディションか
Maybe.
もしくは、スタンダードエディション買った後に、デラックスエディション
Because Pacific Time's the
アップグレードパックを
first.
購入された方に関してはさっきの時間から
So yeah, it might be
時間
like
前
on a
から
Tuesday, like early Tuesday morning.
プレイ可能になると、
So it might be the second.
はい、ことになります。
So I might,
So
I
if you're
probably
one of
won't be able to
those,
show it
very
off
excited fans who
'cause I do.
purchased the ultimate
I have the
Deluxe
Monday
editions
off,
from the
but
start,
I'll
obviously,
have to go back to work
what's
Tuesday,
included
which
with
is the
that is gonna be
second.
the playable character year one
Yeah.
pass, so you'll have.
I mean, regardless,
early
I'll probably
access.
still show them off.
Also, if you missed out having a
So I
short
got some
maintenance
time in
period
this,
while we, update the
Tekken
game
Talk.
with the fourth-
Okay.
通常版
I mean, we already got the ultimate,
ア
pa-
ップグレードパックを買ってくだ
so
さいね。
we're good. It came with the collector's edition I got.
And for
と
the
いうことで、
はいはい、
エディ・ゴールド、
Alright, Eddie.
まあ古来からのエディ、
まあ、実際どうやったらエディが楽しく遊べるかっていうとこと、
はい、
まあエディやっぱ対応すると難しいので、その対応の方法みたいなところも
Mm.
一緒に、伝えていけたらなと思ってます。
So naturally, Nakatsu is going to be instructing all of us on how to have fun with Eddie, but then we realize some people are kind of worried about how do I fight against him. So he's going to give some pointers to those type of people as well.
はい、で僕がまあこの緑色の
ワンピ側、
ワンピ
左。
So
Eddie-
Nakatsu is going to be controlling the one-player
Eddie がHameko
green
はい。
version and Hameko on the two-player
は
side.
い、で今回まあまずコンセプトから言うと新生カポエーラっていうところで、
新生カポエーラ
まあ本当にカポエーラを
うん
もう一回新しく作り直そうっていうところで、まあ、各種構え
うん。
をリニューアルしてます。
So the key concept in the design of the character is like a brand new capoeira, I guess is the closest translation, which is really important because you'll see exactly what we're talking about shortly.
はい、まあ一応そのこの逆立ちですね。
はい
これバナネイラ、
バナネーラに。
So Bananera, first off, you know, the handstand that he's quite famous for.
前と両パンチとか後ろと両パンチ
And
で
the
逆立
spins.
ちに行けます。
And you can also do from, backwards in both
Hi.
punches or forward in both punches.
でもう一つ
はい
代表的だったこの座り、
うん。
これネガティー
ネガティバ。
And negativa position where he sits down.
バ、はい、なんでアニメーションと、
うん
まあ、技名も含めて全部申請してますんで、
And
バ
so you
ナ
can,
ネイラとネガチーバですね。
you can tell that the animations have been completely redone for this time.
はい、
Right.
で、さらに、鉄拳7まではやっぱりいろんな技とか構えがあったんですけども、
はい。
まあ、どうしてもこう使える技が結構限られていて、
うん。
まあ、カポエラらしいというと踊るように戦ったり
カポエラ
流れるような動きだったり、
はい
ダイナミックな蹴り技っていったところが、
うん。
まあ、ちょっと鳴りを潜めてたところがあって今回そこをしっかり派手な蹴り技を中心に戦えるキャラクターにしようってところで、まあエディを申請しました。
So before, Eddie was kind of a complex character to both play and then to defend against. So we focused on renewing the character, trying to make the animations look very smooth and transition together quite smoothly, much like that of actual real capoeira. And so we focused on mostly the kicks and the overall impact visually that they have.
はい、でまず覚えてほしいのはこの前両キックで出る
はい。
シャンゴーってこの技ですね。
So first off is forward both kicks is a brand new move called Shango.
これもブラジルでよく知られている雷の神様。
And that's his moving.
はい。
And apparently the name comes from a famous god of lightning in Brazil.
でこれは
はい
ヒットすると、まあ、ヒートを発動できてガードされても、まあ、マイナス9なので、まあ、中間距離から気軽に触れる、まあ、ジンでいう胴抜きのような
はい。
技になってます。
And you can see that it's on hit. Obviously, you go into it's a heat engager, but even on block, you're still at -9. So it's kind of like Devil Jin or Jin's Demon Paw.
はい、で、
うん
まあその中段に強いような下段攻撃は、この 1L これですね。この技を出していってくる。
And so also in mid range, you're kind of or up close a little bit too. You're going to be doing this down back left kick.
なんで
Gives you the spinning
結
low
構
kick.
中間距離から結構技が触れるようになって
Key charge.
So you can actually use
Well,
this
that's a
kind of from
counter hit.
mid range as your approach.
あんまりこういう、なんでしょう、
うん
ヒット出して大きく有利になって、発生の遅い下段みたいなのって、前のエディはなかったですよね。
前のではまあ横移動してからみたいな、
うん、まあブライアンのハチェット級、まあいわゆる鉄拳プレイヤー的に言うとハチェット。
まあ、ハチェットのような性能の下段を手に入れてます。
So it's kind of like Eddie didn't have this kind of tool before. He usually had to sidestep while attacking while sidestepping to do something similar to get his approach. So this is kind of like the hatchet kicks that Brian
はい
or that has. So it's kind of like the same use.
なので初めてまあエディ使う人は、まずこのシャンゴとこの 1LK から覚えてもらって、 でエディはやっぱりその崩しとしては、
はい
ネガティーバいわゆる座りが強いので、
うん
これにどうやっていくかっていうと、
はい
前々 LK この技がありますこれ座りネガティーバに移行するので、
うん
これを使っていくっていうような
So I'm
So
assuming
those
it's
two
something you
moves
could
are some
definitely
of
low
the
parry
main
though.
tools you'll want to use for your approach.
If you see it
and then
coming.
what your next strategy is, you're going to want to be transitioning to Negativa as whenever you can. And Nakatsu was saying that forward left kick is a good way to get into the Negativa stance.
で、これが当たると、
はい
有利が取れるので、ここから左キック2回押すとこの下段から
Oh
ダウ
shit!
ンを奪わ
Wow.
れて、しかも、前回紹介したんですけど、
はい
ヒートタイマーの横にあるマンジンガレベルっていうのがあるんですけど、マンジンガが1たまると。
You get a
And
buff
so
after that.
when the kick hits low, it does put you at advantage. So then
こう
you're
いうのを
able
狙
to
っていく感じです。
press LK twice to do the consecutive kicks. And when they hit, they put Eddy in the Mandinga, which is that kind of icon below the life gauge, kind of a powered up state.
前々 LK なんですけどカウンターヒットした時にリターンがある
そうなんですよ。カウンターヒットするところのしゃがみな
Oh,
がら
wow.
受けたんですよ。
いけたりですとかこうマンジンガ中の技がつながったりするということで崩しだけじゃなく、リターンも
そうなんです。
こう狙えられるということですね
And another way is that by doing this forward left kick on counter hit, it gives you a few other things that you can do. He has a throw that he can do on crouching opponents, so that kind of connects. Or also, if he does have some sort of mandinga, the stage 1 or stage 2, gives him another follow-up option as well.
なんで、下段を嫌がる人には、中段のこの
うん
RKLK ですね。これが刺さって、
はい
So he gets two options to get into heat with that.
前には、エディの崩しといえば座りからのトゥファオン、
トゥファウンです。
下段回し蹴りがコンボに行くっていうのがあったんですけど、そのあたりは結構こう整理されて
そうです。
下段攻撃を当てるとこのエディならではのマンジンガレベルが
はい。
上がるみたいな
そうですね。
感じですよね。
So before, Eddie, he had something similar where he would go into his relaxed stance to try to open up his opponent, usually with kind of those sweeping kicks. But this time it's been streamlined a little bit more for these techniques.
ただし、さっき紹介したこの LKLK は、
はい
クリーンヒットじゃないとダウンしないので、
One important thing to note is that from the
Wait.
negativa, when Nakatsu's doing the double left kicks, the first one has to clean hit for the
The up
follow
kick
to,
just
to actually
puts you
hit.
in a
なんで
bounce
クリーンヒッ
state.
トしなくて出し切ってしまうとマイナス13フレームなので
So
反撃を受けちゃう。
if the first hit
Or,
doesn't clean hit
what is
and
it,
they block
tornado?
the second, then that leaves Eddy at minus 13 and open for a punish.
はい
っていうような読み合いが
うん
発生します。
So you can see kind of like the back and forth between you and your opponent as a result.
なんでシャンゴーと
はい
下段と
うん
前々 LK でここから LK をこすって
ネガチーバからの
ネガチーバからの
攻めに
攻めを展開してマンジンガレベルを上げていくみたいなのが基本になります。
はい
So as you can see, basically those moves, the down back left kick, the shango to get in, and then opening up your opponent from negativa is the basic strategy that you're going to want to employ.
はい、でもう一つ、
はい
エディといえば、
うん
このバナネイラ逆立ち
ですね
これはどう使うのかっていうとこっちは崩しではなくて、攻めの起点みたいな感じで、
なるほど
Next, we want to go into Bananera, the handstand move, right? So this, unlike negativa, which is used to kind of open up your opponent, this is more of like how you kind of launch your offense.
はい、で
はい
直接こう言ってもいいんですけど、これはなかなかリスクがあるので、今回エディがスラッシュキックみたいな技を手に入れていて、
はいスラッシュキック
So you
これ
could,
ですねこれをガードさせると、安全にバナネイラに行けます。
so you can of course choose to go directly into Bananera, but that puts you at great risk. So one of the options is to perform his flash kick, the while running in 3, which will transition into Bananera as well.
もしくはこの LKLK ここから行ってマイナス3ですけども、逆立ちバナネイラに行けると。
Or
こ
you
の
can
辺を覚えてください。
choose to do LKLK, which also puts you into Bananera, leaves you at minus 3, but that's not too much of a minus.
はい、でそこからどういうことをやるかっていうと、狙いたいのはこの LP ですね。これを出すと、
はい
ガードさせて有利な展開を取って ネガティーバに行ける。
ネガティーバー。
So from Bananera, if you do the LP, actually
そういうことですよ。
gives you some advantage, which then sets you up to go into Negativa and then to continue your offense from there.
なので、
はい。
まあ、こうやってガードさせてさっきのこの下段攻撃を狙ってまたマジがレベル上げていくみたいなのが、エディのセオリーになっていきます。
So you take the advantage with that LP, then you hit them with those leg kicks,
This character's
which
gonna be
then
very
again
well liked.
powers up one stage of
Very, very well
Mandinga.
まあこんな感じで、
まあそんな感じです。
はい
Especially for casuals.
でまあそこでこういう牽制もあったり、まあ、例えば手出してくる人には、まあ、パワークラッシュで切り返したりとか、結構逆立ちはそういった切り返しの読み合いも発生します。
And you can see from Bananera, you have a few offensive tools, but then if someone's trying to crush that or knock you out of the stance with an attack, he also has a power crush from that stance.
ここがポイントになったのはちょっと話戻るんですけど、
はいはいはい
結構エディって、
うん
この特殊構えがあるせいで、
うん、
やられる側も面倒くさかったじゃないですか。
いやそうなんですよね。
特にその座りですよね。
うん、そうネガティーバー
これ座られた時に姿勢が低くて、
ダウン状態だった
そう
んですね。
昔ダウン状態で技を当ててもなんかコンボに行かなきゃいけなかったりとか、
はい、ジャブで拾ってその後コンボを
うん
アドリブで決めるみたいな。
とかがあったんですけど、今回は、
実はこれ内部的に
座りが
立ち状態になって
はい、ネガティーバが変わってると。
はい、例えば、まあ、ビリバですよね。こういうのが
うん
普通に当たるようになってます。
はい。まあ、分かりやすいのはこれですよね。
あそうですね。
前もあった技。
So another kind of fine detail to share with you all is that his stance has changed a bit. If you recall Tekken 7 and previously, Eddy, when he was hit from the Negativa, it put him in kind of a down state. So even if you were successful in your defense against him, you were limited in options. So it's actually treated as a standing stance. So if you punish him, actually you have access to a lot more options offensively.
まあ、こんな感じで地上で反撃、
はい。
座りに行って隙のある技に対しては普通に反撃が入る。
反撃入ったり、まあ、ライトのようなリターンを取りに行ってもいいっていう。ただし、
うん
ネガティブ、まあ、エディ側も、
はい
その普通に地上状態になっているので、
はい。
実は
これは
あの
ビリバーで。
ガードができるようになってるんです。
はい。じゃあビリバー打ってください。
はい。
ガードできる。
こんな感じで。
はい。
So as Eddy is vulnerable because he is in a standing technically during the Negativa, this is a big change from Tekken 7. He also has options though. He can guard from or block from Negativa, which he couldn't previously do.
はい。
はい。
はい、といったところも整理して、まあ、エディ専用の対応を、まあ、しなくていいように、
うん
なるべく、まあ、一般的なキャラクターに近いような、まあ、読み合いになるように整理してました。
So we streamlined him so that you don't have to remember all these kind of special circumstances when fighting Eddy to make him more like the other characters.
他なんか
はい
気になったのがあります？うん
まあ、ネガティブバナネーラの話は、
うん
多分やっていくとめちゃくちゃ深くなってっちゃ
深いですね
うんで、
はい、
マンジンガまでちょっと説明していただいて、まとめてちょっとやっていけたらいいかなと思います。はい。
はい、じゃあなんでマンジンガは、まあ、さっき話したようにここから
はい。
レベルを上げていくと、
まあ、一部の技が当たると、
はい、
この体力ゲージの下にあるこの風の
マンジンガレベル、
マンジンガレベルが
上がります
アップして強化されるという
はい、で
ことなんですね。
の
はい。
マンジンガが何かっていうと、まあ、逆立ち状態から、
うん。
出る技が増えて、
はい
逆立ち状態が強化される。
So now the question was just from Hameko to explain a little bit more about this new mechanic, the Mandinga. I think it's called Mandinga if you read it in Portuguese, perhaps. So just, what is this? And so Nakatsu is just saying it's a way that you power up your character and gives you even more options from Bananera, the handstand.
Okay.
例えばまあそのレベル
I mean,
1とレベル2で、
はい。
じゃあ僕レベル2で、
あ、OK です。
アメコが
はい。
レベル1にしてもらって、
So there are two levels. So Nakatsu is going to get into level 2 and then have Hameko get into level 1 just so you can compare.
はい、出せる技がまあその
はい。
ここから両キックで
はい。
There it
逆立ちから
goes.
崩しの要素、下段攻撃が。
イアンさんマンジンガ。
Okay, you
So
can do
from
that while
the
handstanding.
handstand, you can do this kind of low mid attack combo to open up your opponent if you're in this powered up state.
で、レベル1だと、
はい。
こけないのでやってみてもらっていいですか？
You notice with just the first power up, it doesn't down your opponent.
でしかもまあこの強化状態は
はい
ラウンド間
Oh, yeah, I
継
didn't
続なの
notice
で
that.
何かを消費してあの技が
So
打てる
level 2 downs
で
your opponent.
レベル
Level
1レベル
1
2で
it
あれ
doesn't.
ばこういう技が打てるようになってます
Yeah.
And the difference between this is that with this mechanic as compared to other characters and other mechanics is that you're not using some kind of a gauge or it doesn't deplete itself. You keep the powered up status.
だから消費性ではなく、このマンジンガレベルはラウンドの中ではずっと継続されている。で、
そうです
次のラウンドになるとリセットされる。
はい
ですよね。
なんでマンジンが貯めたエディは危険と覚えてます、
はい。だからこれまで、この逆立ちのバナネイラからは、さっきの説明だと、まあ、攻めを継続したり、まあ、ちょっと相手を惑わせて、そこに対してまあカウンター技を打つ、まあ、例えばこの
そういう
単弁的な蹴りですとか、パワークラッシュ
パワークラッシュを打つ
が、はい、強力だよっていうと
はい
ころだったんですけど、このマンジンガが溜まると崩すこともできるようになるよというのが
そうなんですよ
So that could be a
ここ
little
はい
tricky
から
to, at least right now,
Mm.
from seeing, be a little tricky to predict a little bit.
もちろんそのさっきの通り攻めを継続するわ
He
け
has
だから
options from his stances.
できるしってことで
で下段を嫌がる人にはもう一つ技があって、
はいまだ
逆立ちから後ろ歩けで出るこれですねジャンプステータスの中段攻撃、
うん
And so the idea is that although you're powered up and you're not depleting it, it's just for that round. So you're powered up for the remainder of the round. And this gives you even more access to tools from the handstand, so you don't have to go back to negative to open up your opponent necessarily. And Nakatsu was just showing off. Previously, you had that kind of low-mid combination, but there was another one where he hits a mid single attack. Right now,
Right.
he just did. The actual has aerial jump status.
これもまあガードされても、
うん
エディが有利なので攻めが継続できたりするし、
はい
ヒットすると、まあ、ダウンが取れたりする
And
取れない
と、はい、
what
いいになっちゃったんで
the important part of this is that even if blocked, Eddy is plus frames on that move when he's in the power-up state. And there's a difference between the state 1 and state 2. So you can see the difference there.
まあ、っていったようなその強化中にしか出せない技が増えて、逆立ちの攻めのバリエーションが増えて崩しにいけるようになるので、
はい
まあ、そこがエディのそのマンジンガを食べるとできるメリットになります。
でこのマンジンガがある時の逆立ち後ろ歩けば、まあ、逆立ちっていうのがこれはこれまでと同じようにその速い下段ステータスのしゃがみステータスの技とかで、まあ、拾われやすいよっていう弱点があったと思うんですけど、
はい
例えばここに対してしゃがみを打つとかってことですよね。
はい、
でこれが、まあ、これちょっとフレーム的にあれかもしれないけど
こんな感
こんな感じでジャンステで避けられますよ。
じ、はい、そういった、まあ、攻めの展開駆け引きが行われるようになると。
And so Hameko has mentioned that just in previous iterations that the handstand was a bit weak to kind of low, maybe trying to find the non-vulgar term, the crouch punch, I guess you could say.
これも負けちゃう
But for this one, if you read your opponent doing that, you can then do that mid kick that he was just showing off.
はい
まあ、っていった感じで、まあ、マンジンガを貯めると、まあ、どんどんエディが強くなっていきますってところで、
はい
まあ最初に教えたこの技が重要になってきます。
So to get access to those tools, though, you want to power up the Manjinga level. So that means that you're going to want to use those kick combinations from Negativa that Nakatsu was showing.
はい、あとまあこの 1RKRK のハーボジャハイヤー一部ま
ダーハーボジャハヤ
あ、はい、
And then-
日本の漫画のバトゥーキっていうカポエラを題材にした漫画でものすごく有名な技なんですけど、これも非常に使いやすくなってます。
And the particular move he's showing now is down back, right kick, right kick. It's a very famous capoeira technique. It's actually even featured in Batuka, which is a famous manga here in Japan that covers capoeira.
Huh.
もうバトゥーキの話をし始めたら
はい、
結構いろんな話が多分今回のエディはできると思うんですけど、
そうなんですよ。実際その今回キャプチャーしてる、
はい
そのゲヘイロ、まあ
うん
笹森君っていうまあ鉄拳のゲームデザイナーでありエディのカポエーラのモーションキャプチャーやった子が、まあ、ウソクイとかバトゥーキの佐古先生と、まあ、お知り合いで佐古先生がそのエディも好きでカポエーラも大好きなのでバトゥーキの漫画を描かれていて、
はい
その中で出てくるその技だったり、
うん
技名、
うん
本当にカポエーラのに忠実なそのアクションとか技をやってるんですけども、そこにもインスピレーションを受けて、まあ、一緒に話をしながら、
うん
いいものを作りましょうってところで結構協力していただいたんですね。
まずそもそも、
Sasori-kun.
はい、
そう
座りが
話を
Once these guys do like strings, like combos and whatnot.
それこそバトゥーキの
そうです
まず最初に
バトゥーキーっていうか、まあ、カポエラがバトゥーキ
これでやっぱり知りましたね。座り
On
と
his
いうよりも
launcher.
ー、はい
And so Hamiko is just really excited that there's a lot of references that are similar to Batuki, the manga, because obviously both that author and our team is quite passionate about capoeira and representing it authentically. And Nakas was just explaining that one of the game designers, Guerrero is his kind of nickname, I guess you could say. Sasamori, he's a game designer on our team who's very high-level capoeirista. Who has a connection with the author from that manga as well, and so you see a lot of the inspiration back and forth there.
はい、でまあ結構まあ今
That's good.
ちょっと
Again, that's one thing I love about Tekken. They, when it comes to like fighting styles in these games, like they do the history on
打っ
it.
てるだけでも技がつながって
That's why each character is very unique and very authentic to the fighting style they do to real life.
逆立ちや座りを行き来して最後にマンジンガレベルがたまるみたいな、まあ初心者はこの辺のルートがおすすめですね。
And so we went a bit in the weeds with all these kind of fine details, but just to kind of overcap, you can see Eddy. The base is that he has these very flashy kicks that you can do with just a similar, simultaneous button press, and they kind of flow together like a dance, right? And so it's very kind of satisfying for even beginner players who had their first time with Eddy.
なんで LKLK で、まあ、このバナネーラ逆立ちに行って、もう一回 LK を押すと出る連携からネガチーバに行くと。でそうするとネガチーバから出る下段攻撃でマンジンガレベルが上がる。
So Nakatsu is currently just pressing LK only. Two times gets you into the negativa stance, and then from there some more presses of the L kick, the left kick will complete the combo. And when he's finished, he gets a powered up Majinga.
はい。でまあ今ハメコがやってくれたように、ビリバもLK だけになっているので3LK だけになっているのでビリバヒットから LK を連動しておくと、まあ、自動的にコンボがつながってマンジンガレベルが上がるって言ったらこういう楽しい、簡単なルートも用意してます。
And so it's quite entertaining just to he's very accessible and to have these attacks that flow naturally into these states, ending with the powered up Mandinga.
はい、なんでどういうの例えばしゃがんでたとしても、RK を今度連打するとこういったルートに行ってくれて、まあ、最後だけ LK なんですけど、まあ、旧来のエディの動きの中で楽しかった要素もしっかり継承されてるんで。
And then you can see repeatedly pressing the right kick as well will give you a succession of different kicks, following up with kind of that cartwheel. So you can see.
Oh god,
this
Couch
is
Play just had to press one button.
Initially quite entertaining for people who are new to the game as well.
But then
So we
again,
tried to
technically
kind of keep
everybody
that
with the
feeling
special
結構な
style.
んで適当にこうパンチだったりキックを押してもなんか自動的にいろんな技がつながってそれっぽく動けるみたいなところもしっかりエディの魅力だと思うんでそこは残ってますんで。
なんかちょっとスペシャルスタイルみたいな感じだね。
そうスペシャルスタイルを使わないスペシャルスタイルで自分オリジナルで、まあ、そんな感じですかね。
So it's quite entertaining because even if you're not a Tekken expert, you can just kind of press different buttons and see what happens, and they all kind of come together in a really clean-looking combo that looks like a dance almost.
Typical Eddy
ここま
fashion.
で構えとマンジンガっていうエディならではの要素
That much hasn't changed.
伺ったんで、まあやっぱ鉄拳道って
If anything, it's better from what they're how they're explaining it.
ヒート中のエディはまあどうなるのかっていうところで、まずじゃあヒートを発動します。
はい。
So now that we've covered some of the basics of Eddy, I believe maybe everyone's kind of interested to see what he's like in heat state, right?
はい、で、まあ、ヒートスマッシュはまあこんな感じの技になってます。
So this is what his heat smash looks like.
Yep.
でヒート中のエディは、
はい
まあ、強化されヒート中にしか出せない技が2つあって、
Yeah, I know.
まあ、どちらも
There are two moves that he can only do in heat state.
バナネイラもしくはネガティーバに行くっていうような例えばこのヒート中に両キック押すと出せ
They
る
just start learning them combos, and learning the
When you're
system
in
of
heat
Tekken.
state, you can do this one where he
これをガードさせて
transitions
も
to the
有利
banana.
でヒット時はコンボに行けると
So
そういった技になってます。
on block, it transitions into the bananera stance, but on hit, you can follow it up with a combo.
なんで攻めやすくなってるんですね。なんでもう一つはヒート中に
はい
236RK で出せる、こちら上段の蹴り技から、それにネガチーバにいけるような技になっていて、
Another one is if you perform a quarter circle forward and right kick, he performs this kick.
なので攻めの起点になる強い技が2つ追加されている。
はい
And so in the heat state, he gains access to two of these techniques that make it easier for him to go on the offense.
技名も活かしてますね
Oh,
生かしてましたか。
oh well,
こ
he
れは
canceled out
ヒー
of
ト
it.
中量系の
Well, not canceled, but he
この逆立ち
yeah,
やつは
he didn't
ゲ
move
ヘイ
in
ロ入ってます
ゲヘイロ
when
ゲヘイ
activating
ロエ
heat.
スプロズイボ
はい、これ笹森君のそのリングネームみたいなものなんですけど、カポエラでいうと戦士みたいな意味の言葉でゲヘイロ入ってますね。
Hamiko is just a fan of the technique name. It's called Gehiro Explosive, I believe. Gehiro being the kind of the martial arts name of Sasamori-kun who did the animation for this. And then Explosive was probably explosive.
で 236RK はハーボジャーハイヤーの強化版みたいな
はい。
ハーボジャーハイヤーリベラードって技
リベラード。
And then quarter circle backward and right kick, I believe, is the technique that Hamiko was doing. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name.
はい、今そういったのが、
うん
ヒート中のエディの、特徴になります。
So
はい
that's basically the options he has at his disposal in the heat state.
Okay.
でまあそのヒートエディのヒートのちょっと面白いところとして
うん、
構えからでも必ずヒートスマッシュが出せる
あ、そうですね、
はい
そこは結構面白いところですね。
逆立ちからでもヒートスマッシュ出ますし、まあ、座り
はい。
からでもヒートスマッシュが出る
で、さらに継続でき
と、
る。
さらに攻め分ける
Another
はい
interesting characteristic of Eddy is that he has access to the same heat smash from both Bananera and Negativa stances. So you can continue up your pressure.
なので、ヒートとマンジンガレベルを上げることで、
はい
かなり変幻自在の攻めができるっていうのと、より優位な状況で、攻めながら戦うことができるのがエディの、今回新生カポエラの特徴になります。
So this kind of new version, the overhauled Eddy, is just got a focus on having these flowy techniques, with Eddy having many different options to try to open up your opponent and to have fun going on offense.
でここでちょっとそのヒートのエディのヒートで面白いなと思ったところが、
はいはいはい。
他の鉄拳8のこういう強化を自己強化要素を持っているキャラクターっていうのは、基本的にそのヒートとその強化システムを結びついて
そうですね。
ブライアン、アスカ、
うん
まあレオとかもそうですし、
うん
なのでエディは全くそこは関係ないっていう
そうなの、独立してるんですよね。
そうなんですけど、まあさっき言ったようにその逆立ちから攻めやすくなる技を持ってるじゃないですか、このゲヘイロ
はいはいはい、そうです。
それがあるってことはつまり
That move comes out really fast.
マンジンガレベルを上げた状態にしておいて、
うん。
ヒートを発動してこの使いやすいゲヘイロいったら
Yeah, that move.
はい、どう
Jesus.
ぞはい。
これでこの攻めをいったらこっから崩せるっていう、
いや、そうなんですよ。
そうマンジンガを持った状態でヒートに行った方が強いんだよっていうのが、
はい、逆立ちは崩せなかったのに、
はい
崩しの要素になって強いっていう。
So what Hamiko is just trying to say is that a lot of the other characters that have some kind of heat mechanics that power them up, say Brian or Asuka, they have access to some kind of new techniques or some kind of powered up technique, right? Where Eddy, it's a little bit different because he has Majinga outside of this. So you want to maybe first get to the second stage of Majinga, and then when you're in the heat state, you have access to the heat powers, but also Majinga as well, to more easily open up your opponent.
That's pretty
なので
good.
やっぱりその
Not
ま
gonna
ず
lie.
最初にマンジンガを
The
貯める
heat and with
間違
that
いないです。
うん
はい。
that
So
buffs
first
he
step,
gets.
you want to power up the Majinga level.
ことによってヒ
Majinga.
ート発動がより、
うん。
凶悪になるのかなという
そうですね。
感じしますね
そういっ。たのがセオリーになります。
はい。
Because then the heat state power up will be even all more threatening because you have that as well.
まあさっきもやっていたように、
うん。
コンボからマンジンガのレベルを上げることもできるので、なんかその辺がどう使いやすい。まあただそのマンジンガに行くとちょっとエディが決めるじゃないですか。ポーズ
はいはいはい。
それでやっぱり置き攻めが
そうですね
しづらくなるっていう、まあ、デメリットもあるように見えるんで。
そうです。ただレベル2まで上げちゃうとそのポーズが出なくなるんで
おお、
置き攻めがしやすくなる。
はいはいはいはいはい。
So Hamiko was just wondering about if there's some kind of demerit for Eddy doing that animation when he goes into the Majinga, which maybe for the first stage it is, but he stops doing that
これですよね。
animation
うん、
during the second stage.
ハマってないと
ハマってないとマンジンがレベルを上げるところで必ず一回ポーズ挟
なんで攻めづらいと、
はい
まあ、とはいえやっぱりどこでこういかにマンジンガをレベル上げるのかっていうのを含めて結構攻めを構築するとなんか楽しく、
楽しく使え
ね、
ますね、
戦えるんじゃないかなっていうところで、まあ、ここからちょっとマニアックな話になっていってもいいですか。
はい、どうぞはい
ちょっと待って。
はい、ちょっと待って
もうやっぱりエディ使いがすごい鼻息が荒くどんどんくる。
今はまあ触りを教えていただいたんでちょっとはい、
そう
なった感じなんですけど。
Obviously, the general theory is going to be you want to power up the Majinga level, regardless of that animation or not, and then that will kind of give you more access to your offensive strategies, and you're going to want to kind of form your offensive structure accordingly. And Hamiko-san wanted to go into more, even more fine details, so I stopped him first to let you guys know what we're talking about, and then we're going to proceed. He's very excited, as you can tell.
でまあちょっとさっき結構こうエディを触らせていただいて、まあ、まずエディっていうキャラクターが昔は言ったらそのトークキャラクター、遠距離からまあ機動力バックステップの機動力をこう生かしてこうリーチの長い技を打って
You like his Ginga
前
now?
に来るところにこのコトベラ
It just seems like this just seems like overall the changes, like this overall change of Eddy
So you're saying that
seems to just be a huge
his,
improvement.
His strategy,
And I mean that
probably,
with everything.
The basic strategy for this character, previous iterations was kind of from long range. You want to tend to poke with the Faiska, the kind of round kick, or other kind of long reaching techniques. And then when your opponent tries to rush in to close the distance, smack them with that elbow and fish for a counter hit.
ただ今回そういったその今までにものすごい主力技だったそういったこの肘のコトベラだったりチャバジラとやっていった技が性能がかなり変わっていて、おそらくそういう戦術を使ってもそんなになんかそのパワーが出ない。
あ、そうですね。鉄拳7のような戦い方をすると、
はい、
まあ、今回の新生カポエラのエディの本来のポテンシャルを引き出せないような作りになっています。
まあ、例えばですけど、ごめんなさい、投げちゃった。
あ、どうぞ。
はい。まあ、コトベラダがカウンターでも受け身取れる。
はい。
Damn.
はい。
Instead of flying
できますけ
on
ど
counter hit.
So what Hamiko's trying to say is that like the standard tools you used in the previous iterations aren't going to get you that much damage this time. Like the elbow he's just showing on counter hit doesn't lead to a combo, but your opponent can actually side roll. So if you want to use Eddy effectively, you want to adjust your strategies this time around.
Okay. So the way I guess you played Eddy back then won't really work.
見てくださいこれ。
上段になってます。だから
Gotta use him kind of
And
differently.
Fight's got this double kick here that many Eddies used to use as
Got to learn
part
a
of
lot
their offense.
A lot of
is
things
now,
now, yeah.
High
Sure do.
attack, so you can duck it.
もちろん当たった時はコンボにいける変わらないですけど。
Still
That's
does the
crazy.
combo,
That's like a
but
side step, a
ただやっぱり今までのような
two-hit move,
フォーク戦
and it
術
launches them.
離れた間合いから
置いてみたいなことは、
機動力を生かしてっていう動きは前
Better
よりは
learn.
まあやりづ
Better
らい
learn.
特にまあバックダッシュも今回変わっていて、
おう
まあ
But it seems like he doesn't take a lot of
エディの鉄拳戦の
execution
時にあったような
compared to,
強み
you know,
は
like
軒並み
Yoshi and
弱くなってます
Raven.
が、さっきからずっと紹介してきたような、まあ、今回のエディ
You
の
just
強い
better
ところ
learn
は
your strings and
あった状態で整理しつつ、
well, you launch your
新しい
strings and
カポエラと
enders
して
with
楽しめる
him,
ようになってます。
and of course, you
And,
know, his
you know,
new
so,
mechanic itself
just
that he
again,
has.
he's not like the poke heavy character that many people are used to from past
Yeah.
installments.
He was
so,
very,
you know,
very
you can't rely on those
poke
moves.
heavy.
But Nakatsu was just mentioned that, well, yeah, I mean, we kind of drastically overhauled the character because we want to show a more streamlined character, and such he has more different ways of enjoying the character.
まあ例えばファイスカも横移動から最初ぐらい出ないというか
I mean, I think it's a good overhaul for him, honestly.
モーションが出てから
I'm cool with
出る
そうですね。
まああと気になったのとしては
Raven
エデ
doesn't
ィ
take too much
って
execution, in my
鉄拳
opinion.
の
I'm just
システム
trash
が横移
currently.
動のシステムが
Raven's
まあほぼ
just
使えない
Raven's not a
投げ性能が
easy
全くない
character to play as. Like,
でしたね。
He just not never has been since Tekken 5. Like, well, he's starting in Tekken 5, but he never has
普通
been.
に横移動横歩きが
普通に横移動します
He's kind of a hard character to
And so,
learn and play.
Hamiko was just saying one of the things he
That's my
relied on
reason to
was
say he
that,
takes
it was really
execution.
quick to do those kind of double
But more so
spinning kicks,
Yoshimitsu.
from a sidestep, where the animation is a bit different this time around. And it's a little bit slower on the startup.
But surprisingly,
That said,
people
that's
are
because,
using
you
him
know, Eddy has a lot
more than
other
I
improved areas, and
would thought.
He's been streamlined to be
thought
closer to the
have
other
he,
characters. Like
you know.
Nakatsu was showing off, the back step is not that super fast back step it used to be. But in return, he gets a better side step, which he didn't really have in past installments.
こういったまあ避けながら打つ攻撃も反撃がついたり
リスクが
リスクが伴うようになっていて、まあ軒並みやっぱテッケン7で強かった技は今回のエディでは弱くなる。
And there's risk to some of the moves that used to evade and counterattack from previous installments.
マ
So
ルセロスも空中コンボに行けなくなってい
That was a
て、
pop up, right?
しゃがみ投げは入る。
Before that move right there?
like this current attack.
Unless it was only
now
pop
is
up on
going
a
to
counter hit.
combo
Can't remember.
used to, but you can follow it up with a crouching throw, etc.
はい、なんでこの辺は結構使用感が変わってると思います。
このしゃがみ投げも自分はバトゥーキで見た
はい。
So
ビンガチーバですね
ビンガチーバー
はい
です。
you're gonna want to kind of reevaluate the main techniques that are your go-tos when you pick up this character for Tekken 8.
なのでまあ強くなったところはその今回の新生カポエラの部分のそのマンジンが含めた、バナネイラネガチーバの部分で鉄拳7で軒並み強かった、まあ、ちょっといわゆるローリスクな戦い方っていう部分は軒並みちょっと弱くなっているので、まあ、その辺は使っていきながらまあ慣れていってもらいたいなと思います。
So Nakatsu is just reiterating that those kind of pokes and the relatively safe offensive tools you had before maybe aren't as effective this time, but in return he's gotten a lot more, more high-powered attacks that are brand new for this one.
もう全体的にやっぱり何よりモーションが本当に全部、作り直されてるというか、
はい、実際そのカポエラの笹森君の
But
キャ
to
プチャ
be
ーも
fair,
あ
I
の
was
元
waiting
の
on Eddy
素材がいいんで
Christie,
す
so
け
it's
どアニ
time
メ
to
ータ
become a Tekken
ーが
guy
かなり
for the
手を入
culture.
れていて実際アニメーターもカポエ
Hey,
ラ
that's what's up.
習って
ああそうなんだ
But yeah, from the Ravens I fought, like they definitely used the heat engager pretty early on in the match,
学んでもうやっぱ自分の中で
especially when they get the opportunity to do it.
カポエラはこうあるべきっていうとこ
And
ろを
I'm kind of bad playing against good Raven players because half the time I don't know what they're doing because
はい
I never really use Raven like that,
英語
and
英語喋っていいですか？
はい
you know
すいません
I haven't fought a lot
So,
of
Nakatsu
Raven
just
players
mentioned the
online,
the
but it's
animations,
mostly
these kind of
because
free-flowing attacks,
like I say, he's kind of a hard character
have
to
been
use.
completely redone, right? So it looks more natural and more realistic. And
But
this
he
is
just
in
looks so
part,
damn
though,
cool.
because
His
one of the game designers,
combos look
Sasamori,
sick
is,
as hell, too.
Really high-level capoeirista, but also even the animators who kind of they touch it up.
But Eddy
by
seems like he's
hand
going to be a
with,
pretty good
motion capture.
character.
They actually did capoeira themselves to get a feel for what it's actually like.
I don't know
It
for
feels
like
authentic in the game once they
tournament
have their
play,
work
maybe.
completed.
I don't know. I mean, we can't really tell because the character's not out yet. But
もうコンボなんか
just from casuals, of course, this character's going to be played a lot, and probably even more so
さっきお
now
見せしたトレーナーが
because
いろいろや
of
って
this
る
big
ところ
overhaul
を
they did with
見直
him.
して
Like
使うときに参考にしてもら
he's
えれば
definitely
なと思います
seems like a lot better character than he ever was.
エディがねこう、いわゆる魔人剣を
そうなん
覚え
です
たというか
こういったところも強くなってますね
And so Eddy, he almost has like a Majin attack like
Someone
Kazuya's
plays on the
while
way.
standing 3.
The grind
ここ
slows
も
down as if
LK を連打しておけば
down is a Street
not
Fighter,
sorry,
not just
two.
Elena for season 2 DLC. I can
結
understand
構
that.
扱いやすいキャラにはなってると
I'm
思う
still waiting for like my,
So
You
he
know,
should be a
character
lot
for Street
easier
Fighter,
to pick
like-
up and play than before.
I haven't touched Street Fighter 6 in a minute, but that's mainly
はい
because I
はい
am
か
waiting
なり
for my character.
情報
and
盛りだくさんに今
All I want is
So, yeah,
Sakura
we
or
really went into the
Ibuki.
weeds with, these fine
Either
details
one
on
I'll be
Eddy.
happy with.
なんでまあエディ使いたいなって人はこの配信の
But
まあ
I might get back
まあ
on for
ちょっと見
Akuma
ました
though.
だったりエディめんどくさい
But
などう
I
した
gotta
ら
see
いいんだろうっていう
how he
ところも
plays.
ちょっと今
Pretty sure he's gonna be,
詰まってたと思う
you know,
対応策も含めて
top tier like he
後で見直してもらいつ
always
つ
usually is in every
実際
Tekken
配
game.
信
He's,
の時
I mean,
に
not Tekken,
楽しく
every
遊ん
Street
でもらえ
Fighter
れば
game
な
he's
と思
in.
います
So leading up to that update,
But definitely Sakura
next
and
week,
Ibuki I'm waiting
for
for.
people who are looking forward to trying out Eddy, we'll hope you check out the archive again just to kind of get some pointers. And for those of people who are dreading facing Eddy online, there's a few pointers in there for you too. So we hope you'll check it out again.
はい、他に何か気になるとこありますか？
Alright, that was pretty cool. Funny because casual players will still use Eddy because, you know, button mashing, you know, things will happen. But now it seems like he will be even better at that. But then again, like people who actually are good with Eddy, like you might have to look out for that. Like be kind of cautious. Like damn, like good Eddy players are actually really fucking good. Like
stage 1, stage 2.
Eddy may be a little problem, but at the same time, I don't think it'll be that bad compared to like some of the Mishimas, you know, really good Mishima players. I'm so happy. This music selection for Eddy's trailer was smart. This Tekken Tag stage.
It's game over for you.
Kick the gun and about to kick her face. Nice. Again, some pretty good combos. Bro, that shit, the fact that's a pop-up is still crazy to me. This Rager is kind of crazy to me. I was not expecting it to be this. That's fire. Alright, so definitely a lot was talked about there. Eddy seems really dope. He's definitely going to be used by a lot of casuals. But I do feel like his overall change they did to him is really dope. He seems like a way more fun and even interesting character than he ever has been before. So yeah. And of course, them talking about the, you know, what's what I'm looking for? To pretty much get rid of players that are purposely, you know, disconnecting from the game and glitching it and rank boosting and whatnot. Like, yeah, I'm glad to hear all of that. So, yeah. Oh, and that tier, that fighter pass tier, Eddy seems dope. His giving toxic masculinity. Eddy's the best character. Tekken 8. Biasly, of course. Bias. Hey, man. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't disconnect. I lose with honor. Exactly. You know, if I get my ass whooped, I still rematch and get my ass whooped again. You know, I don't give a fuck. I just want to play, you know. But my only concern was that Tekken tier passing they were talking about, or the fighter pass, excuse me. That's a little bit of concern to me because too many games are doing that shit. The whole battle pass shit, like I'm not really feeling that shit. You know, it's one of the big reasons, like I said before, that I dropped Overwatch 2. Cause that battle pass thing, I was like, oh man, I'm getting tired of this shit. And I know Street Fighter 6 is doing it, and technically Mortal Kombat 1 has something like that, but you don't have to pay for it. It's just like more like a leveling up thing. But I know Street Fighter 6 has it. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I hope it's not that you know, aggressive like how Overwatch 2 is. I don't know how Street Fighter 6 is to an extent, honestly, but I know Street Fighter 6 has it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not super thrilled on that. But We'll see. We'll see how it is. But Chrissy makes a comeback, or Master Raven, man, might be the best fighting game of all time. Hey, who knows? Just because Raven and now Eddy are here doesn't mean Chrissy and or even Master Raven could come back. A lot of people has been asking for Chrissy to come back, and granted, yeah, we got Eddy, but who knows? Sometime in another season pass or whatnot, who knows? Chrissy might still come back. Only because I know there's like high demand for her. I paid to get the new characters to get rid of microtransactions. I feel that. And you know, with the Tekken shop, I wasn't like, with the Tekken shop, I was, you know what, that's fine. You know, I don't mind that as long as the prices aren't ridiculous. And sure enough, the prices for the outfits aren't ridiculous. They're really not, compared to Mortal Kombat 1. Because Mortal Kombat 1, the outfit is kind of stupid, and especially if you got to buy fatalities. Yeah, MK1 is tripping on that. But Tekken 8 with the Tekken shop, I'm like, okay, this is reasonable. I could do this. If I want to buy this outfit, screw it. Let me just buy it. You know, whatever. But the fighter pass, aka battle pass, like I don't know about that. Now I'm kind of like, I don't know now. I don't know. So I mean, let's just see how it turns out to be when it comes out. Just see how it is, but yeah, hopefully it's not bad. I just hope it isn't. Look at that stuff differently than most. I say, hey, I like this game. More money to sponsor attorneys to help with devs, the other characters, I can do it. But if I don't like it, I can still enjoy the $60 to $70 I spent already. Yeah, exactly. And I understand, like, that's probably one of the main reasons they were doing this fighter pass, was to help, you know, sponsor the game, have, you know, bigger tournaments, more money pool for these tournaments. I get that, and which is why I was super stoked, you know, with the Tekken shop. I was like, you know what, if I could just buy these outfits and it gives them money to support the game itself and tournaments and whatnot, I'm down for that. But at the same time though, I'm like, this fighter pass, I don't know. But then again, it hasn't come out yet, so I'll just have to see. If it's not that bad or not as pricey either, then by all means, screw it, I'll do it. Especially if it's supporting my favorite fighting game of all time, then yeah, why not? So when games say we have microtransactions, I bet, cool, does it make someone better than me? No. Then fuck it, dude, let's go. Yeah, that's true. That is very true, yeah. I also like the fact that it could be too much, you know? Like, again, with Overwatch 2, it's like, you know, a new season pass will come out. It's like, yo, I feel like I just spent like $20 or whatever on this last season pass like a month or two ago. Now I'm about to spend another one just for, I was like, it was just becoming like too much. Like, it was just like they were just ramping with it. So that's why I'm like, I hope with Tekken 8 it's like, it's not as aggressive, you know, with that. You know, if it's not that bad and it's not as pricey either, then yeah, by all means, screw it. Yeah, why not? I don't see why not. But overall though, I'm looking for it, and it looks like Eddy is coming out. They say the first for Pacific, but I'm in Easter time, so I think it won't come out to the second for me. So that's on a Tuesday. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to show him off on the day of his release, but if not, then whenever I get back on stream, I'll, you know, get on Tekken 8 and I'll mess around with him and whatnot. Probably do his arcade quests and whatnot. But yeah.